In Venezuela, as per the Barbados Agreement, the Supreme Court of Justice has ruled to review the sentence to disqualify 9 politicians for elected office due to pending corruption charges and their alleged involvement in serious acts against the nation. Madeline Garcia has the story.
Venezuela's Supreme Court made an official announcement through its X account saying that according to Venezuelan constitution and law, and in keeping with the Barbados Agreement, the court's political administrative chamber would proceed to publish the ruling of the disqualification of several candidates. The Barbados Agreement, which was finally signed last October, gave way to 9 court provisions to promote and guarantee political and electoral rights. Jorge Rodriguez, who headed the government's delegation to the talks, posted on his social media that the agreement allows all sides to verify the implementation of such guarantees and to oversee the Supreme Court's flawless performance. 2 of the candidates okayed so far are Leocenis Garcia and Daniel Ceballos, who had this to say.
I submit myself to this court and to this agreement between the government and the opposition, because we are trying to build a way out to the crisis, and we have to submit ourselves to our institutions. And to come here to mutually acknowledge each other. Also, those of us in the opposition who have complaints about not having been okayed, we are still bound by the Barbados Agreement to acknowledge the institutions.
The Supreme Court of Justice ratified the disqualification of Henrique Capriles Radonski, who since 2017 is under an investigation for alleged acts of corruption, and that of María, Corina Machado for serious crimes against the nation, including complicity with Juan Guaidó in corruption charges over the theft of the Citgo and Monomeros companies, and for having advocated for sanctions and for an illegal blockade against Venezuela, which prevented the country from importing medicines, among other things. Over the past 5 days, 5 conspiracies have been dismantled, involving some extreme right politicians linked to elements trying to kill the president and to destabilize the country. The Venezuelan president, in his program Podcast with Maduro, said that the Barbados Agreement has been breached, but that the government is clinging to dialogue.
In spite of this, Venezuela will go forward in peace, with effort, for a comprehensive recovery, and we will continue with something vital for us, which is dialogue, social dialogue, human dialogue. First of all, listening to our people. That's the #1 thing. We will dialogue with all business sectors to continue working to boost the productive forces. We want to dialogue with all political sectors, with everyone, with that democratic opposition that respects the Constitution, for luckily there are such people, among which new leadership is emerging.
President Maduro had National Assembly President Jorge Rodriguez as guest in his podcast. Rodriguez denounced once again the hidden, violent agenda of the opposition, who on the one hand have signed the agreement while still getting involved in conspiracies.
Through 2019 and 2020, there were at least 20 denounced cases like the failed assassination attempt on August 4, 2018, which involved the training of mercenaries in paramilitary camps in Colombia. There have also been psychological warfare operations and the serious sabotage against the Venezuelan electric grid.
In only 3 years, 25 destabilizing operations have been dismantled, including 7 assassination attempts. Okaying opposition candidates is part of the roadmap for the 2024 presidential elections to hold them in peace and in keeping with the Barbados Agreement.